Okay, hi there, welcome. My name's Louis, and I'm going to be talking you through my game that I've done for my environments module. Um, as you can see from the beginning, this is the main page. This is one of the things that I added near the end of the project. I know this was something that I wanted to add for like user experience whilst you're playing the game. I'm actually playing on the packaged game, so I'm not even in the project on Unreal right now. This is how the game is packaged, how you might be playing it on your computer. I'm going to be walking you through my design ideas, my theories, and how to actually complete the level. So without further ado, press play, and then we go to this screen now. So we've got our character collection screen here, character selection screen rather. We've got these four characters here. I've got them like outside the building, so it looks like you get to pick your character. You can kind of got a hint of what might happen once you press your character. They're going to go into this building, and then that's where you start your journey into the facility. The idea is that I want the facility to be like in the middle of nowhere, just to be surrounded by a massive forest, hence the background behind these characters. And then yeah, originally I did try I followed a tutorial to help set up character selection, and that was just using like buttons and separating the characters individually, so you just see the one character, then there'd be a gap, and you'd see another character, and then you'd see a gap. But I wanted to have like a whole separate environment specifically for the characters, and then you can just hover over it, click the character you want, and not have to worry about looking at like bezels around the screen. Basically, that's what it was. So we're going to go ahead, pick a random character. Let's go for Rob to begin with. You can pick any one of these that you like. I'm going to go straight into the starting room. Now this was something that I thought about literally near the start of my project. I've got a picture of literally how this is set up in the beginning. I did originally have the bomb and the crucifix on the same table, but I just changed that so like once the character spawns in, you can start seeing this glow around the bomb there. And then next to that, you've got the like instructions board. At the first thing at the top of the board is E to interact/pick up. So whilst I'm next to this bomb, I can press E, and straight away there's a little sound effects to kind of help show you that something's happened. And then in the bottom right of the screen, it'll show you that you've picked up one bomb. Originally, this room was just like a very empty room. There was no windows. I was not going to have any windows in the whole of this map. But after playtesting and showing my friends at home the game, they were like, "Why isn't there any windows in the map? It might be good for lighting." So I've added that to the game now. So you've got like this window here, but because it's a abandoned facility, I wanted the windows to be boarded up. So I've got like little cracks in the windows, so moonlight can still reflect through and add a bit of light to the environment. Because originally it was literally just going to be the lights in the ceilings, as you see here. They are flickering lights, so after a certain amount of time they will go off and back on again, which made the room very dark. But now even when the lights do go off, I've got these glow sticks here, and I've got the help from the moonlight to help keep the room lit, so it's not pitch black. I do want to have a dark essence to the map, just to help with the theme. Obviously I'm going for like a horror game here, so I want to have the darkness within the game. So yeah, that still kind of shows throughout, but you're not going to be too worried about getting lost in a direction. You can still see you've got a torch to show the way that's attached to each player. Then yeah, this kind of door kind of symbolises the characters just come into the room. That's obviously the opposite side of the characters on the outside. However, that is a different level on my project. So you've got the main menu level, and then once you click a character, it opens this level, and then it starts the game as the character you've chosen. So when you spawn in, you're kind of facing this direction. All like the stuff left and right kind of narrows you down to look straight at the door here, and gets you into one direction. Once you figure out the controls, you can then go to this door, press E, that opens the door nice and smoothly now, and then you can move on to the next bit, which is the hallway, which I've also added a window to, just to add a bit of light to shine down this corridor. That plus this pipe straight away kind of points the player in this direction. So yes, it's like leading lines, that's the one, to help the player go in the direction that I kind of want them to go in. Obviously not forced in any means. There's nothing over here. The little like barricade here kind of helps to enforce that there's no point of interest over there. These yellow picture frames, just a bit of decoration, and then yeah, we come across this nice eye level widget that spawns in that says what's that over there. So we look straight ahead of us, we've got the bomb, which we've already seen before, but then on the right we've got this weird like meaty looking thing, which links to, if you look in the top left hand side of the screen, there's a little picture with a 0 next to it. And then if I went over to this item, get the bomb, and then we'll get this item, and there you go, it goes from 0 to 1. So now the player knows that there's some sort of collection aspect to this game, and if they find an item that looks like that, they can add it to their collection and see how many they collect at the end of the game. It's not a mandatory mission by all means, it's just something extra for the player to be able to do. And then if the player wins, they can see how many they collected out of how many actually spawned in the map. So when they get used to the actual game, they can then come back and learn the spawn locations of these. I'm going to call they're called biomass, basically. They're called biomass, so they can learn the locations of them, and then they can have that 100% score when they complete the level, if they do. But yeah, after that, you've got this little hole here to look through, and straight away you can see like a ghost. So that kind of like gets the player a bit tense, and you're like, oh my gosh, can it see me? But luckily, if we go through this door, we can see it's not moving. And then just to add a bit of clarification to that, we've got a text that says this one looks stuck. So the player will now know that this ghost here will not move. It will see them, which we'll find out in a sec, but no chasing or anything will be involved, which gives the player time to practice their... there we go. This gives the player time to practice how to crucify a ghost properly, while using this board here. It kind of hints at what you can do. You can see the bomb at the top left of the board, so the player knows the bomb goes first, then something will happen to the ghost, and then next you've got to crucify the ghost and get close to it. We've already learned how to use the controls back in the first section. So we know that left click was to place a bomb, right click, hold that down, that's to raise your crucifix. So with all those in mind, we can have a go at getting this ghost. You come across this bomb here, and that's just before you encounter the ghost, just to kind of have like a last minute collection, because you might have practiced using your equipment back there. You might have been like, oh, let me just check the controls are all working. I'm going to place a bomb here. Right, that's how to place a bomb. That's how we crucify. And then you've got your crouching, which I've shown you. So yeah, let's give it a go. Bomb, the ghost is here. Let's place a bomb. And now you can see. And there you go. Simple as that. You can see when you've stunned the ghost now, it has a particle effect shown around it that's attached to its skeleton. And whilst that particle effect is showing, the player is able to walk up to the ghost freely without being killed by the ghost. And yeah, so you've got like that amount of time, but you've got like 5 seconds or something like that before the ghost is able to hunt you again, and you are likely in danger. So this area is meant to be sort of like a rec room. I'll go over each room as we go around. So I'm kind of imagining like this facility is kind of used as an office space. There's a garage in one area. You've got like a vendor area over there, and this would be like where people would just like chill out, relax. There's like sofas around where you like do food, drinks, and stuff like that. I've been spotted. And yeah, so I've tried to like plan out each room. I don't want to make them all square. I know this is related back to the retro game Bomberman. The original Bomberman game was literally a grid-based game, with every section was just like squared out. You can see everything from top down. So my difference is that I wanted this to be third person, have like a realistic aspect to it, make the rooms have different like shapes to them. So I've made this. There is no like word for what this shape is. If you know the word, let me know. I'd love to know if this is actual shape. But yeah, let's move on to the next ghost, because this is where things get a little more intense, because that first ghost was stuck, but now these ghosts are not. Not a single ghost now will be stuck. The player is tested to use their abilities. Make it round the level, and as you can see in the top left, every time you crucify a ghost successfully, the numbers go down. And if we manage to get that to 0, we will be able to win. You'll see a congrats page, and yeah, I've just gone a bit ahead here because this is where I've come around this corner. I've seen this door. It's different to the rest of them because it's got a red dot on it. And what's happened is this door is locked. There's a little sound effects, as you can see there or here, just to kind of reference to the player that yep, this door is locked. And whilst we're going around a different direction, we'll be able to look out for anything that could represent a key. This is supposed to be the bathroom area. The sinks, got the toilets. It's kind of like an area where everyone kind of meet up. Well, an area where it's like accessible from like most areas. So we've got the outdoor space here, which we'll go to later on. Yeah, from the rec room, it just made sense to attach the bathroom to here. From looking through this window, you can see that there's like a barricade there you could hide behind. So you know from this direction, you've got some protection from the ghost if you wanted to sneak out and hide from it before you went in for the kill. But using the pipes from all leading lines, if you go to this window here, you get to see the door. So you're like, oh gosh, if you didn't see that when you first came into the room, you could be like, oh my gosh, I missed that. You could be like, come all the way back around here, which actually might be the first time the player wants to run, and then they can figure out, oh my gosh, my player makes noise when they run. So I've got to make sure I'm not doing that by the ghosts. I think what I'll do, I'll make sure this one. I'm going to make sure this one dies, and then I'm going to show you what's an option for the player can do next. So in here, this is meant to be like the vendor room. We've got vending machines, got like drinks. These yellow cans are supposed to like symbolise cans of drinks. I'm just going to make sure I don't get spotted. If you get too close to the ghost, they will just turn around and attack you. Oh, there we go. We managed to get a stun off. Lovely jubbly. Look at that. Yeah, so they're meant to be like cans. The yellow on the cans is on purpose, because wherever you see something yellow, it's sort of like an indicator to go this direction. So around here, there's a lot of cans on the floor, and that indicates this red circle here. Has another shine around it to indicate to the player that it can be picked up. And now we can see that, oh, that red dot is the same as that red dot on the door. So maybe now I've got the key. So we can either go back round and take the cover and be stealthy about our next move, because as you can see from here, there's not really any place to cover. As soon as you go out this door, you're going to be straight on with the ghost, and obviously you might have a bit more of a fatal attack. Before we go ahead, I'll just show you the little closet rooms we've got here, because we've got these attached to most of the rooms around the level, just so you can find more bombs. There'll also be spawns for biomass in here, so you can add more collectibles to your list. But what I'm going to do, we're going to give it a go and see what happens if we try and go out this way. Oh, look at that, straight away by the door. So we were like, oh my gosh, she was there already, ready and waiting. So this bit now, this was like the main technical point of my game. Let's quickly grab that. So instead of having hearts as lives in my game, the player is able to choose another character, and that will be like the version of using lives instead. And when the player dies, they drop all the bombs that they were carrying. So that instance we had 3, so there should be 3 on the floor for us. However, there is still some around for me to collect, and what I'm going to do, what happens is the key will remain with the character, so I haven't got to pick that up to go back around this way. That's on purpose, because obviously if you die there, you've got to go back into exactly the same danger to come all the way back around here to be a bit safer. So instead, the player is able to open this door and take things a bit slower, find another bomb here, lovely, and then they can kind of wait out the ghost. The best way to do this is to kind of get a good distance. If you get the ghost to look at you, that's it, drop the bomb, make sure it's stunned, and look at that. That's been in the most reliable way for me. I think this is probably that's the biggest flaw right now. So I might at one point the doors wouldn't open, and then at another point now I've got them to work nicely. However, this is a new thing where, there we go, if you're overlapping 2 things that can be interacted with, it's kind of not taking priority on the one I'm looking at. But yeah, I don't think that's much of a game breaker, because obviously right then I wasn't in any danger of needing that bomb, and I still had the bomb left. I'm going to take you into the office space now. This is another like little corridor. If I left this door open, let's say, even though this ghost is in this room, it can now venture out here. All these doors that I've left open are now different avenues for the ghost to take, rather than just being locked in their one room, just to add like more maneuverability to the ghost. Because I know normally you'd think, oh, ghost, why aren't they going like through a wall? I like the idea of them being trapped to one location until the players like opened a door for them. This was something also similar to Bomberman, as like they did the same sort of thing with once you broke a block, if the enemy was able to get through it, they will. So the player has also got more routes, but also the enemies do too. So you are kind of thinking about coming through here, but I'm kind of hoping it's not, because I want to try and get it from in here. So this might be a bit of a difficult one. These rooms are difficult based on the size of the room. So this one's another smaller room, just like the vendor room. So actually trying to get a good position to drop the bomb, stun the ghost, and then crucify it is harder to find. And then yes, we've got more locations for biomass. I know a few of them. There usually is one like here. There's just like literally a 50-50 chance on whether or not they will spawn in. At the end you'll see how many actually spawned in, and you can see how many you gathered out of the total amount. So yeah, we've got one more ghost to get. If we get that, then that's congratulations to us. However, if I died of all the characters, then it's game over. Exit back to the title screen, which in my playtesting I was definitely seeing a lot of. Oh, I'm gonna run whilst I'm still talking. Oh. I think what helps is that if I am hidden, the ghost will just go back to patrolling. There is a way to escape the ghost. It's not just going to chase after you forever. Take a minute to actually. There you go. Yep. So it's lost me now. So I can just kind of chill again, get my bearings back together. But yeah, so in my playtesting, there was a lot of people who struggled to actually complete the game. Even just crucifying the first ghost was a struggle. So that first room, the ghost was like wandering around, which I think was making it harder for players to learn how to get in position, set up the bomb properly to stun the ghosts. So now I've done like the most I could possibly do to kind of show the player what to do, but without actually doing it for them. So yeah, I believe that's actually helped a lot now. So with that in mind, we've got the last ghost in here, and what I'm going to try and do, I want to try and navigate around it, because I've got this room in here to search. We've got a bomb in here. Do we have a biomass in here? Nope, so that's another location without that. Oh, I might die. I died. That's fine though, because we've still got 2 characters left. So I think a good thing about this game is, like, you've got if you wanted to, there's definitely a way to like 100% complete it. Even if you do like complete it successfully, like this is my 3rd character now. Like if players wanted to have like a fully clean run where they've got no characters died, they've found all the collectible items, and they've like crucified all the ghosts, that's like 100% completion. I like that idea, because it gives like players different ways to complete the game. Talking like speed runs. 1 sec. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my sneaky ability is not doing very well. Yeah, so talking about speed runs, like they have like 100% completion speed run. They have no hacking speed run, and they've got like legit speed run, but like doesn't have to be 100%. So I suppose that's something somebody could do in this game. I've just realised I've got no bombs, so even if I do go for that, I'm a bit stumped. I'm going to check if I've got any more back here. That was something I had to sort after getting feedback as well, was the player was able to run out of bombs, and it looks like I've got 1 location I think I've left a bomb at for me. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. So once you learn like these locations of the bombs, it's good to get you through straight to the end, and now I haven't got to worry about pickpocketing off my dead body. So what I'm going to try and do, where is that ghost? Always down there. He's going to kill me. There we go. What I'm going to do, that's ended there now, and that is the completion page. Biomass collected 1 out of 2, and you can literally see in the back corner there, that's the second one. So you can kind of go around this map as you like. You didn't have to do it in that order. And what you could have done was like snuck around a ghost, left it till last, or you could I could have got this ghost before the one in the office, and I could have found that biomass, got a 100% completion rate on my collected items. It looks like it took me 32 minutes. I need to spread that timer out to make it look a bit nicer. But yeah, I think that's the longest I've ever taken to actually do this game. But obviously I was doing a walkthrough at the same time. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for the game. If you die, there's a game over page, takes you back to the title, which is the same as doing that. I've got a full game loop integrated into the game now, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks very much, and I'll see you later.